My name is Desiree, or avocado_circles, and welcome. Today, I am doing a viewer suggestion, and I cannot express to you how excited I am about it. I put out a post on my community tab asking my audience for video suggestions, and Unholy Grave 834 suggested that, one of their suggestions was what they'd look like in blank universe. So, Unholy Grave 834, thank you, because you have reignited a flame in me. Because you know what you did? You reminded me that I have an entire AU for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012. See, if you're a congruent, is that the right word? I don't care. If you're a frequent viewer of my channel, you know, especially if you watch my Twitch streams, actually, you know that I talk about Ninja Turtles every time I have a chance. I can't help myself. It was my entire childhood growing up. So of course, when I have an excuse to think about it at length, I'm going to. So I think I'm going to start off with just general information about my AU, because I've been dying to share my ideas about it. And we'll see, I'll put it, I'll answer myself on the screen, I guess, but if I need to put old speed paints up, I will, because I have so much art related to this, mainly from 2023 and onwards. But I have dedicated OCs that belong in the AU and redesigns of the human characters specifically. So, some of the human characters, not all of them. Namely just April, Casey, and Timothy. And then I redesigned Dog Pound because I thought his face was freaking huge and annoying to draw. Did I only ever draw him once? Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll start from the top, and I'm going to start with Kage because, Kage. So, she started out as a Ninja Turtle 2012 self-insert, as I have definitely stated before. And in this world, the Krang are much more intrusive, I think. These aliens, right, they have come to the Earth to try and figure out how they can make it a suitable planet for them. That stayed the same. However, they have discovered something unique with their mutagen and how it works on specific humans. So how it normally works is that when a human gets mutated, they mutate into a human hybrid with the last animal they touched. But they found if they had limited to no interaction with other animals other than human beings and or Krang, the humans would sometimes get abilities if the mutagen was in a low enough dosage. So they wanted to see if they could create literal human weapons with their mutagen, forgetting that humans do not in fact have a hive mind and the mutagen is not giving them a hive mind. When Kage was very young, she got yoinked by the Krang. She got deemed a good subject and started getting experimented on when she was very, very young. That's why her ears are pointed, because one time they administered too much mutagen while trying to enhance her hearing. So she was a test subject that was trying to be given specific traits. And the specific traits that she ended up getting was really good hearing and really good sight. And if you're wondering if she gets headaches a lot, in this world, yes, she gets headaches a lot, but it's okay. She's fine. The Shredder's been keeping his eye on the Krang. He knows the Krang has their base operation in New York already. The person he was most interested in was Kage, because she accidentally got out at around middle school age, and the Krang had to cover it up by just sending her to middle school. But they sent her to middle school to try and befriend April. And it turns out that Kage fucking hates April and they don't like each other because April is an asshole. I'm sorry. I have so much to talk about. I'm so excited. April is an asshole. She's the popular girl. She runs track. She's friends with a bad boy, and we've got Casey Jones, right? So I guess that's confusing. I've got my character Casey, and then we've got Casey Jones. Their names are spelt the exact same way. So from this point forward, Casey Jones, the one that's like actually in the show, I'm going to be referring to him as Jones because my Casey does not have a last name. So April's friends with Jones. She's, I don't know. She pretended to like Kage because she was like a new girl in the school and it made April look better to be her friend. But Kage heard the bullying behind her back. So, anyway. All right, now that we're on the same page about Kage's past, temporarily erase that from your mind. We are focusing on something completely different now. We are now focused on a young girl named Delilah. She is 15 and she is from a completely different universe, or rather a completely different dimension. She loves Ninja Turtles. She loves drawing them. She loves thinking about them. She spends most of her time in classes just doodling and drawing instead of actually doing her work. Yes, she is me. Don't worry about it. So imagine a girl with kind of choppy, shoulder-length curly hair pulled into a loose ponytail. And I say loose because like most of the hair is in her face, like all the time anyway. It's not doing much for her. She is sitting in her room and she's drawing Raphael and a young girl the same age as her. This girl has long black hair, bright blue eyes, brighter than hers, and she has long pointed ears. She finishes up her drawing and she goes to the kitchen and has herself a little snack where she hears this loud clack. Naturally, being a stupid little teenager, goes to investigate instead of, I don't know, hiding like a normal person. No clue. Girl, that could have been a freaking intruder. Well, hold on, okay. Let me actually tell you. She grabs a box knife and goes to the living room where she finds that there's this like huge structure, like floor to ceiling structure in her living room, and it's triangular in shape, and there's this like almost liquid looking glowing pink substance in the middle, flat but ever moving. It's strange. The noise it was making was giving her a headache, and the more she stared at it, almost the more in like awe and disbelief she was in. She watches in utter horror as the flat, glowing pane of pink warps and bends and lets through a humanoid robot. The robot stares at her. I mean, what else is it supposed to do? It can't fucking blink at her, but it stares at her before taking a little look around. And its dead eyes land on the poster on her door that happens to be a hand-drawn picture of turtles. So it's a hand-drawn picture of her turtles that she loves so much. And the Krang draws his attention back to her. She's holding the knife out in front of her as if it would do anything. And it asks, "Are you aware of the ones known as Krang?" She goes, "Sort of." The Krang goes on to say, "The information of Krang is information that the Krang desires to know and to keep secret from anyone except Krang. You will tell Krang everything you know about Krang." It lunges at her to grab her. She wildly swings her box knife with careless abandon, ducking away and trying to escape to the front door. "You will come with Krang to be questioned by Krang and to continue to be with Krang," it tells her, tackling her to the ground. All of the air leaves her body as she's effectively slammed to the floor, adrenaline replacing the pain she feels. She makes a futile attempt to kick the Krang, turning and trying to cut it with the knife. It simply stares at her with a small cut in the plastic of its face. Her heart sinks. The Krang grabs her arm and pulls her to her feet, dragging her forward through the portal first. This leads them back to New York City. Or rather, into New York City for the first time for sweet little Delilah. She looks around and she's like, what in the ever-loving why does everything look so weird and real? And she looks at the robot and she's like, oh my god, that thing, oh my gosh, it's terrifying. It looks just like the show, but it's real. And she's like, this has to be a dream. Or the Krang pulls her through the city streets, clearly leading her to their base. And she's like, why didn't it knock me out? Well, I guess if this is a dream, I'd kind of need to be awake for it. How does it know where we're going? Hold on, I could ask. It's literally a dream. And she looks at the Krang and she's like, hey, Krang, where are we going? And the Krang says, to the place of staying where you'll be questioned by the Krang to give the desired knowledge of the Krang to the Krang. She's just kind of like awkwardly nods like, oh, okay, wow, that was, yeah. What was I expecting? It's a Krang robot. It's going to talk itself in circles. As the Krang is walking her to wherever it wants to take her, a couple of men descend from a rooftop. And I'm like cutting this a lot shorter because I like literally read out what I wrote verbatim, and that would have made the video way too long, especially because we haven't even left chapter 1 yet. And I haven't even talked about the actual art I did for this video yet. So, yeah. Anyway, the two men descend from the rooftop. It's Bradford and Zever. They are not mutated yet. And they're like, Krang, that's ours. And the Krang's like, no, actually, this is mine. Bradford and Zever, they take her to the abandoned clock tower where Shredder is. Bradford's like, we brought Kage for you, sir. And Delilah's like, huh? Me, Kage? Shredder's like, good job. Good job, men. This is exactly what I wanted from you. Kage just like, ugh. What do you mean, good job? She assumes her new identity like this, by the way. She is Kage now. She remembers her past of being Delilah for now. Ooh, but she assumes her new identity as Kage to try and keep it a secret that she knows so much about the show. She knows like everything about the show. So, yeah, she starts training under the Shredder. She is a foot soldier through and through. And I forgot to mention, but she is actually 14 when she first gets into the show. She doesn't know that until later. That leads me into actually talking about the rest of my stuff now. So, Kage, initially for this AU, it's called, did I not mention this in the beginning? This is an AU called A New World, TMNT 2012, right? So, I think the name is obvious at this point. Delilah gets transferred into Ninja Turtles, which is new to her, even though the body she is placed in has already existed there for a while. Initially, it was just supposed to be Kage, and I think it is still that way. My New World AU only is supposed to have Kage in it, and that's it. But for the purposes of this video and the coolest artwork I have done in, like, months, I think, I decided to add 3 more characters to the fray. I decided to add Casey, Joel, and Grayson. Grayson and Joel are my fiance's characters, but, like, they're basically my babies. And Casey is mine. Oh my god, I love them so much. So, I actually aged everyone down, because in my actual story, everyone is an adult. So, normally, Kage's supposed to be 22, Casey's supposed to be, like, 25, Joel's supposed to be 24, and Grayson's supposed to be, like, 26? Ish? Take it with a whole-ass grain of salt, please. I don't remember. In the Ninja Turtle universe, Kage is 14, Joel is 15, Casey is 16, and Grayson is also 16. Karai at this point would also be 14, because that is relevant. I'm going to talk about Casey, Joel, and Grayson very briefly, because I did, honest to God, didn't think about them a lot, but they all work for the Shredder. They all started as teenagers. So, Casey starts working for the Shredder because she may have gotten rid of her ex-boyfriend who tried to also get rid of her in the name of self-defense, and the Shredder just was like, yep, bail you out of jail just like as ever, you will be my employee as well, thanks. And she said, okay, I would love to not be in jail, so that's why she works for the Shredder. Not too long after that, Joel is hired under the Shredder as well. When she kind of stumbled into a bit of crime happening, the Foot got to see that Joel was a rather competent fighter and decided instead of to chastise her, they decided to just kind of train her up instead and take her in. So that's how she's in there. As for Grayson, no clue. He just works there. Sorry, guys. Even if I had more to say, it would like almost be a spoiler for the actual story. So, yeah, Casey and Grayson still hate each other. Mostly, don't worry. In this one, there's a lot more melodrama between everybody. Casey got mutated. But she does not hardly interact with, like, any animals ever. And I've kind of gone over that, like, littler, less, like, harmful, less human, I guess, mutations can happen if too much mutagen is used at once. So, I don't know how this happens, but at some point, Casey saves Joel from being mutated by way of shoving her out of the way and accidentally getting hit with it instead. And Casey, since she has piercings and what she needed in the moment was strength to get Joel out of the way, the mutagen gave her strength by way of having her grow a second right arm. And by having her muscles be like literally fused with the steel of her piercings. I'm so proud of that. Like, this means that you literally can't break her bones unless you are the Shredder. You know? Like, I guess not even break her bone. He'd be able to, like, cut through her bones with his knives, and I don't think he'd, like, actually want that. So, yeah, she is tough. She is also the only other mutant. Technically, Kage is technically mutated, but not in a looks like a mutant type of way. And I can say with like a whole buttload of confidence that Casey does not like Karai. She does not like her. But it's fine. It's fine. So, Karai, Casey, Joel, and Grayson do have one thing in common, though, and it is that they are, like, strangely protective over Kage because she has remained the most innocent out of everybody. And, you know, she's, like, a cutie patootie. So, it's, I don't know, I'm losing it. Kage, at this point, and by proxy, Casey as well, and Grayson, they've been working for Shredder, or rather with the Shredder, for 2 years. The turtles are now 15, and, well, missions about the turtles start to happen because the missions about the turtles have always been trying to happen. Shredder has been passively looking for them since there have been, like, ninja stars strewn about New York about, 2 years ago, which is when he came to New York, also acquired Kage and all sorts of other people. Because when the turtles were 13, Splinter took them out for a little stroll. They ended up having to fight something and accidentally left a couple ninja stars behind. Similar to the story. Except Splinter is an even better dad and actually supervised his sons. So, God, I feel like I'm only scratching the surface. I would, like, literally have to make another video to talk about literally everything. If you guys are interested, please sound off in the comments. Let me know. Finally getting on to what we're actually looking at here. You've probably already saw the planning for the outfits for Casey, Joel, Grayson, and Kage. And you'll also probably notice at this point that I've changed Kage's outfit a bit to be more relaxed. That's because Kage lives with the turtles. And Casey, Joel, Cry, and Grayson are trying to fight the turtles to get her back. And Kage's freaking out because she loves everybody in this group equally. Mostly equally. She likes Raph quite a bit. Anyway. Okay, my self-insert ends up with Raphael. That's crazy. What? Anyway. Yeah, Kage cares about everybody in this circle so much that she's freaking out because she's not like 100% sure what to do. But what ends up happening is that she ends up fighting alongside the turtles anyway because they're the good guys, and she knows this. And yeah, I guess I didn't have like a lot to talk about there. But after the events of this drawing, Casey actually leaves the foot and comes to live with the turtles as well. And at this point, she's 18, so she makes like a lot of jokes about not wanting to live with teenagers. Her and Raph fight a lot too. Because he's like, yeah, at least you still look human for a mutant. And she's like, are you kidding me? That almost makes it worse because, like, I am a spectacle now. It was already a spectacle with vitiligo. Now I have an extra arm. I can't go outside without being stared at. This also sucks for me, dude. Like, yeah, you're a turtle. You've never seen the light of day, but now I can't go back outside, you know? So, vitiligo, fun fact. It is a autoimmune disorder, so Casey also gets sick a lot. Or she did get sick a lot. Something particularly special about Kage. Yes, still Kage. I've given Kage the most thought. She's been in this universe for years. Kage starts to become suspicious to the turtles because she starts to kind of like remember things as they're happening, right? So she'll see, for example, April talked to her friend Irma for a while, and Kage just starts to be like, wait a minute. Irma's an evil robot. I remember. And when she tells the guys that, they're like, you just don't want April to have friends. And she's like, no, I don't want you guys to get abducted by the crank. And then when it's true, they're like, oh shit, maybe we should take you more seriously next time. But like, it keeps happening. She keeps being right about events that are happening and what to do to potentially parry them. They're like, Kage, do you have something you're not telling us? And there's this like super tense, like, me me have secrets? No. Why would I have secrets? I'm just a girl. I don't have secrets. Kage never actually ends up telling them. She does, however, end up telling Splinter, I think. And when she does, it's like this really like Splinter can hardly even believe his freaking ears when she tells him, hey, I don't belong to this universe. I don't belong here. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, my name is Delilah. I don't want to go by Delilah. I quite like Kage better, but my name was Delilah. I had curly, short brown hair. I was overweight, and a Krang dragged me through a portal, and now I'm Kage here. And he wants to believe her. He can sense that she's not lying. And he's just like, do you want to go back home? And she's like, yes and no. Home sucked, but here kind of sucks too. But I care about you guys. Like this, I have friends here. This is good, but I'm also worried about what the future holds because I know that the Shredder's going to kill you one day. And he just feels like the gravity in her voice, and he goes, he won't because you're here. Right? And it makes her feel better in the moment, but the more times that she steps in to stop something from happening, to save Master Splinter, to make sure that no one actually dies and everything's okay, it's the more times that she starts to feel like his words are true. Oh my god, I am keeping him alive. When is the Shredder going to come after me? That is something I don't know. All I know is what the Shredder's going to do to the Turtles, to Master Splinter, to April, to Casey Jones. But the very fact that I'm here changes the story. And every action I take and every word I say, something new is going to happen because of it. I am the butterfly. What do I do? Alrighty, that about does it. Thank you so much for watching this long-ass video. I'm telling you right now, I have not eaten lunch yet because I've been sitting here since 8 o'clock this morning. It's currently 1 p.m. I've been sitting here since 8 o'clock this morning editing this absurd video because I love Ninja Turtles so much. You know, when I was a kid, it was literally my dream to work on a Ninja Turtle thing, like with the actual like people who made Ninja Turtles, and it's quickly becoming saddeningly real to me that that's never going to happen because I'm not going to college. So it would be cool if it could, but that's not the point. Because of that, I've been brewing this AU for a very long time. I think you can tell I literally left out so much stuff. I have an entire 32-page like document of like just writing about like Kage's perspective, her going through a fanfic. I should just call it a fanfic. I'll say what it is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you did. And sound off in the comments if you would like to see more of my New World AU. It would make me very happy to keep talking about it, so I might, but like I want to make sure you guys want to see it first, and you get to learn more about Kage this way, and I don't know. Yeah, I gotta go. Check out my coffee page in the description, by the way. Yeah. Bye.